Yokoso from Japan. Hey, this is a gesture that I often do. Where did I pick it up? Mostly from Japanese people. Before I came to Japan, I was a sucker that made pictures like this. Or this. But usually the double thumbs. And since I came, I know that the true way to take a picture is the old peace sign. Nobody quite knows why Japanese people feel the compulsion to put their fingers up, and now I must be Japanese because I have to do that too. I just don't feel good unless I do Japanese gestures. I guess I've been here too long. Here are some Japanese gestures that I have discovered that I do. Sometimes. Sometimes I can control myself. Probably the most common one that I use in my daily life is the karate chop. Why the karate chop? Well, because I have long foreign legs and they need to go places, through crowds. And when you're doing that in Japan, it's only polite to karate chop people. Now, you may be getting a little confused, so let me explain. When you're walking through a crowd, you have one hand. This is your karate chop hand. And you're going to get the kung fu grip action going on it. And you're going to cut your way through the crowd as you walk along. It's only polite. You got to do it. All right? It's just, hey, this hand is going to be followed by me, so please make way. That's what it means. All right? What else do we got? In Japan, I get often asked by old men in bars or, well, anywhere, in the classroom even, hey, are? And I'm like, well, first off, I don't really want to tell you if I have a girlfriend or if I don't have a girlfriend. I mean, either way, it's not going to go well, old Japanese guy. But anyways, yeah, so that means girlfriend. I've never seen a woman use it, and I'm not sure if the wiggle is something that people actually do or if it's just something I do, because that's creeping me out, to be honest with you. What else do Japanese people do that made me do it too? The nod. Definitely the nod. The nod is an extension of the bow. Of course, I bow a little. I still don't know the proper incline or anything. But, yeah, I do the bow, and then when you're listening, the bow kind of has evolved into the And the is when... 22 hours. Thank you, computer. What was I? Oh, the if I was having a conversation with my computer and it just said 22 hours, then I would have to say and it would go on about the 22 hours, and I'd just have to go the whole time, because that's only polite. It's how you let people know that you're listening. I've seen some foreigners kind of overcompensate with a Don't do that, okay? One is enough. It lets people know that you're engaged. Enough to not make them mad. Speaking of making people mad, you might make them mad if you don't show the right amount of humility and apologeticness, even if you're not doing anything wrong. That's Japan for you. And it's a beautiful thing. I'll tell you what. There's been many a meeting that I've been in, and a phone is rang somewhere, or somebody has to go somewhere, or they just want an excuse to take a smoke, and so they gotta leave. But when you're leaving a meeting, you have to crouch walk, or something like that. Stoop walk? Well, I'll show you. So, this would be, I'm sorry. That would be how a Westerner might do it. Maybe other Asians might do that too. I'm pretty sure that this might be just a Japanese thing, but when they leave a meeting, they gotta go, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, so sorry. This is not a door. I'm sorry. Now then, the reason why is, you gotta act like you're very rude for leaving, which sometimes you are, to be honest. But the thing that is odd about it is usually these people are not walking in front of other people. They're walking out the back of the room, but they're still bending down as if they were blocking your view. It's very odd. Speaking of being apologetic, this I've kind of seen, not maybe apologetic is not the right word, but when you're going to inconvenience somebody, you might do this, and you're gonna go like, "Onegai, can you help me?" And if you're cool and in a rush or something like that, you'll go, "Onegai." Or if you're the boss, you'll say, "Danondazo," which means, "I told you to do that thing, so take care of it. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna have my life, but you're working here, so you work on that computer. But I'm very sorry about that. You do that work." And that is how Japan is done. I have been gesturized. I've been acclimated. But to be honest with you, this all started before I came to Japan. I noticed through motion capture of certain PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64 video games that the Japanese people move in a slightly different way. A lot of them had their fingers fused together back in the day, but anyways, there's differences. There's just little things that it's hard to describe. One last one. This is not me. This is me. We are our nose. And on that note, I got so close. The perfect take. It was almost. On that note, I'm sorry. Okay, here's the bonus ones. A couple from Twitter. I sent out a feeler. Hey, what Japanese gestures can you think of? One person said that Japanese people like to put their elbows at right angles and celebrate like this, a dance, I think. I think that's what they were describing. I'm not sure I've seen that. Yay! Maybe. I've seen that girls do that when they're happy, or being powerful. I think it's called the guts pose, maybe? If you want to be strong, gotta go with that. Another Twitter person, or maybe it was the same one, who knows. Anyways, when you don't want something, you gotta go like this. I see that a lot when I try to ask somebody a question like, "Oh no, don't speak to me, I don't know English," even though I'm speaking to them in Japanese. Well, or maybe I just have halitosis. What's the gesture for that?